the hair on the lens, lad. What's going on? Hope everyone's good. It's been over a week since I picked up this camera, I want to say. So I've got a lot to talk about today. And I've been dying to get stuck back into it. But the last week has just been manic enough. And just haven't really had a chance, I suppose, to pick up the camera, you could say. But we're going to get stuck back into it. That's no excuse, lad. The sun is shining. I'm going to get breakfast into me soon, so I'll show you all that. Show you today where we're at with everything, basically. Running it back in TBB. I'm not 100% sure what one we'll go to, but we've got pull today. Pull in TBB because the lab is closed this week for renovations or something, so we're in TBB. I was in TBB Kuna last night for push, which was actually lovely. It was actually very, very nice, and I just kind of did my old setup that I was doing kind of all last year. You know, I was incline dumbbells, which were fucking nice, to be fair, like throwing up some dumbbells for like 3 sets, 2 sets of incline Smith, chest press inside there, which is shit, but it was still just nice. Pec deck, a couple ladder raises, tricep, bicep, and we are in for, I think that was it, and we're in for pull again today, so it'd be nice to get into for like a proper pull session, because I'm really enjoying just pull on its own at the moment. So obviously we're deep into it now, man. Like, we're into nearly the last week in November, and I am sitting myself around 97 kilos. I've just been hovering around 97.2 and 97.4 there over the last 2 days. I've been hovering around 97 now for the last 2+ weeks. Since we got into the 97s, I've just been sitting there. And again, with bodyweight, I'm not in a huge rush to like get into 98, 99, 100. The day that we get to 100 kilos, boys. But we will probably, more than likely, like probably be 100 kilos come Christmas time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see why we probably wouldn't be, with the rate of gain that we've just consistently kept up for a long time. And when we get to 100 kilos, it's a very long time since I've gotten to 100 kilos. I feel a lot different now at this body weight than I've ever felt at this body weight before, which is very, very good. I feel fit. You know, I can move. Like yesterday I was in the post office, right? And I had to run up the street, and I could actually just run, you know, that kind of way. And like I've been saying with the running, I think I'm going to go for a run today. I was going to last night, but it was just too late. I might do a run post-workout today. I would love to do runs like out in the open, but just with where I live and stuff on the shitty roads out in the countryside, like it's just not really a place to be running. And I just be like, ugh, do you know, that kind of way. But I could go to the Greenway and stuff, like that's just excuses again. But while I'm in the gym today, I might do a little bit of run. I've already had my cardio done this morning as well. Big thing I noticed as well with cardio, and just why like fitness levels have kept in a good spot, you could say. Longevity wise, I don't know, but like fitness level itself, like I can move faster now. Like I move faster with cardio than I did back in prep. Do you know, that kind of way? Like I move faster on the walking pad compared to what I was using the walking pad during prep, just because it gets me and my heart rate up that little bit quicker. And that's the main thing with cardio for me at the moment, is having that opportunity to get heart rate up. Like that's the main thing in the gainer phase. Like I could just eat a little bit less, yeah, and not do cardio. But the reason I do cardio is, one, because I enjoy it, and it's for routine, it's for my head, and it sets me up for the day, but it's for actually getting the heart up, right? I'm a person where blood pressure can get high enough if I'm not on top of it. Yeah, it's luckily in an okay spot at the moment. But with everything that I'm running, with the cycle, which I'm going to talk you through now as well, and just run through it where I'm at with that, and just with food, we're just going to run through everything today. Cardio is just very, very important, and every single person that I have on board, you know, I'm at peak now that I've ever been at with clients, which again, touch wood stays that way, and we just continue growing if I keep putting the work in. Every single client, regardless if they're in a gainer phase, you know, like probably more people in a gainer phase now than in a fat loss phase, which is good, you know, at this time of year, are doing some form of cardio because of their health. I don't give a shit, because of their health. You know, we're all so focused on the outside. It's the inside as well that matters, you know, and especially things like our blood pressure is just one of those things that no one really ever thinks about. Do you know what I mean? Like we're in there, you know, like we're training, we're eating the food, steps or whatever, but it's just that little bit of extra work every single week that's important. But anyway, not that anyone gives a shit. Where I'm at myself at the minute with everything is, I suppose, peak everything, you could say. You know, like again, I'm definitely peak muscle mass that I've ever been at, which I'm happy with, you know, and is good and is important. Food wise, obviously, since the last full day of eating, food hasn't changed. We've been on 4,300 calories on a training day, which is basically working out at like 290 carb, 290 carb, 290 protein, 625 carb actually, no, because I don't have the intra in here, sorry. It's a little bit higher actually. And because we have 25 gram of carb coming from intra, we have 290 protein, 625 carb, and like 62.5 grams of fat on a training day. On a rest day then we are on 3,800 calories. So fats are just a little bit higher at 77 grams off the meal plan and 450 carb, and then protein is the same. Which is good, and it's been going well, and food has been going down extremely well as well. I haven't yet to put in insulin either, just because I haven't, like I was speaking in the last couple of videos, I haven't gotten the needles in yet to start using insulin. I have Lantus there, I have Nova Rapid there. I just haven't started using it yet. I will hopefully start using that over the next couple of days. I know I've been saying that for a good few videos now, if I get the needles. Just to improve, obviously, just being able to shuttle that food, I suppose, a little bit better as well. You know, like a couple of my meals are very high carb, and just being able to shuttle the food around a little bit easier will make things move that little bit more. And again, it is just another thing that will just like help preventing you from getting too fucking fat either. Do you know that kind of way? By having insulin in there, because it'll just keep my insulin sensitivity obviously in a better spot, blood glucose down that little bit more as well, which is good. So that's where we're at in terms of food. Obviously cardio is still the same, 20 minutes at a good pace, just making sure heart rate is up, you know, at least at 130. Like if I'm on the bike, it will easily go up to, because I'm just competitive with the bike because I enjoy it. Which again, I know is like different, but again, it's just these small things I'm not too worried about. Like a big thing for me over the last couple of weeks is just like, when I get too sucked into something, I'm like, right, like just fucking relax, like just focus on the basics. Do you know that kind of way? And just like worry about the basics, right? Is your food nailed for the day? Is training fucking nailed for the day? Are steps done? Is cardio done? And then all these small little things like you don't need to be stressing about. Do you know that kind of way? Like we're deep into it now. We've got another good few weeks to keep going. Obviously, we're like 3 weeks into the new split as well. I think push, pull, legs, upper, lower. I'm going for pull, as I said today. And then cycle wise, we've had, how many movements of the cycle have we had? We've had, okay, the starting, then we've had 1, 2, 3, 4. We've had like 4 adjustments ever since I started. I am currently on 1.5 grams of gear, which is the highest that I've ever ran in terms of everything. Yeah. And obviously test is very high. Testosterone is very high compared to what I've ever ran at before. And you know what? I'm actually getting away with it in terms of like aromatizing and everything. I was thinking to myself, you know, I'm going to be, of course, one of those lads that aromatizes super easily, but I've had no issues with that. Test is 750 milligrams per week. I'm also running obviously EQ then as well. And again, these are just other little things. Just again, I haven't ran EQ before. Like I feel good off it. Like I feel good off literally everything that I'm running right now. I know I said over the last couple of weeks, like I feel my estrogen was quite high. I do have a little bit of a Arimidex coming, and just to keep estrogen at bay that small a little bit more, and just be able to use that as well when needed. But EQ at 350, MPP then as well, which I have in there. So obviously I took out Tren. We obviously started the off season and we hit the ground running with that little bit of Tren, because I feel great off Tren. I know people, you know, will tell you, oh, Tren is like the worst thing ever and nearly kill me. Like when I speak to lads about it in the gym, like horrible, never again, this, that and the other. I feel fucking great off it. And it will be something that I will put in again, you know, at the back end, or, you know, for a good period of the next diet, and then the off season again. And again, we'll compare it then obviously to MPP, which is slightly different. Now I do think MPP is probably better in terms of off season, because of like the joint health and how things feel off that. And again, fullness wise, I'm not 100% sure. You know, these things, like you're never going to know really, you know, what's giving you the fullness. Is it that? Is it this? Is it that? MPP is at 300 milligrams. GH then obviously is 6IU. I'm using L-carnitine pre-workout. I still have T4 and a sprinkle of T3 in there as well, which I've just kept since coming off prep, which I think has helped as well, that small little bit. Like definitely Proviron is in there as well as that little bit of a DHT. We've got telmisartan in the morning time at 60, so that was 40. I brought that up to 60, and then metformin pre-bed is 500. And I think that is pretty much it, alongside obviously all the other health supplements really with everything. So that is like showing you everything in terms of what I'm running. 1,575 milligrams is what I'm running, and in a couple of weeks' time, probably end of November here, is when that'll take another bump again. I want to see what I can get away with in terms of EQ. I want to see what I can get away with in terms of test, because when we get to the end of the cycle, then obviously we'll be back in cruise, and seeing where we're at. Obviously no orals in there either. Again, I'm another person who does like the orals. Yeah, I like the Superdrol, I like the Anavar, but right now with where we're at, again, fucking completely unnecessary to be using them, like. And the reason for that being is just like your liver health and the toxicity that those orals can bring. But as I said, I do like them for around the training. But we're in a position now where strength is in a good spot. Like I was in there training in TVB last night and like just comparing, where my strength was, not in prep, but where my strength was this time last year to where it's at this year is completely different, which is the progress that you want to be looking at. In bodybuilding, that's the progress that you want to be looking at. Is like, what progress have I made from this time last year to where I'm at now? And it's around this time last year where I was, getting stuck into the diet. It's also this time last year when I think myself and Keane did that 30,000 calorie challenge. We might have to take one on again, lad. We might have to take one on again. This is kind of what I'm looking like post-workout now, with a good fucking pump. No, this was late last week, but like that's the way we look now at 97 kilo. I feel like I look like a bodybuilder, that kind of way at 97 kilo. I've got shape. The waist isn't completely blown out. There's still veins everywhere. I'm still getting really good pumps compared to what I would have looked like last year. This time last year I would have been about 90 kilo. So I'm like 7 kilo heavier, but just a lot better body composition, which is good. So that's a clear sign of muscle being built, and as it should have been. But I definitely do think there was some muscle built, obviously, at the start of the prep, and then obviously muscle lost towards the end of the prep. But I definitely think like just this window that we've had from coming off stage, man, right? Literally from coming off stage, fucking mid-July to where we are now, mid-November, towards the end of November, I think there's a good lot of muscle been put on the frame. And it'll just be a case of getting to the end of December now, continuing to push, seeing where we're at, like if I can continue to push on that little bit more, perfect, and just do one diet. Like I will maintain for a little bit and just do one diet then leading up to the summer, because as I said, I want to be in good shape before the summer. We will do that if I can get away with it and just continue to marinate the muscle that's on my frame. It's all in well just getting up to peak and then all of a sudden just dropping straight back down. I would like to have a little bit of a period where I just hold and just maintain that and just stay the way I am before I drop things down. And then obviously come off cycle then again after a good period of time. Like I will run the cycle, for a good period of time, because I've never ran it for a super long period of time. Again, I feel like I'm only bodybuilding for here now since November, probably about a year. Like proper bodybuilding, proper stuck into it with, just like routine, like just not just a dieter, a bodybuilder, because I feel like I was just a dieter for my whole life. Like every year that, I would call myself a bodybuilder, I was just realistically a fucking dieter, because I do a diet, nail it, and then fuck it straight away. And now it's a case of last year, after doing that big diet, coming down from 105 to 85, and that 40 kilo drop, I reversed out quite well, yeah. And again, pushed up, like did put on a good chunk of body fat, to be fair. I'm young as well, like, and you'll see people, and I know you'll compare people and think, that fella doesn't get fat, but that fella has a lot more muscle on his frame, is older as well with that, can get away with putting on a lot more weight and not as much body fat. The more muscle you have, the leaner you are able to stay. So the next time that I reverse out of a show, reverse out of a diet, the leaner I'll be able to stay again. And that's the goal every single time. That you diet down, you reverse out, you stay leaner every single time. Yeah. But I think we've done a pretty good job of it. Sometimes I do get caught up in my own head in terms of where we're at with body fat levels and stuff. And you could say, that my body fat is relatively high, like it is. I'm not going to say that it's not, because it is. But I am okay with that return for the return that I'm getting in terms of muscle that I'm building. You know what I mean? You know what I mean in terms of that, because as I've said, and you know, you compare it to other people, right? I am in that place now where, as I said, when I came off stage this year, I want to see how much muscle can be built from coming off stage this year until I step on stage next year and reveal that. Yeah, or not next year, the year after. So I am okay with, especially this first push-up. The next push-up after this can be even more controlled. And the reason for that being is because it'll be the push-up before, hopefully, maybe another mini cut probably. It'll be one of the push-ups, the second last push-up probably before I start my next prep in 2027, which will have to be cleaner because I won't want to have as long of a prep. I won't want to have to pull off as much body fat, if you know what I mean. So this one, I'm okay with pushing up, and as we've pushed up, next time I diet down, I'm going to have more muscle on my frame. Hopefully, 10 plus kilos of muscle, which I know sounds like a fucking lot, but I've gained a lot of weight. Yeah. So all going well, hopefully a good bit of that will be muscle. Obviously not a lot. Obviously not the majority of it will be muscle. The majority of it will be fat, because that's just the way it goes. But hopefully a lot of that will be muscle as well. Anyway, I've been talking for the last 16 minutes. That's where we're at, lads. We've had a good week, to be fair. Work is moving well. I've just gotten a reminder there. Tomorrow I've got no electricity from 9 in the morning until 6 in the evening, which is fucking fantastic. But so be it. We just have to make the food tonight and have that ready for tomorrow. I'm going to get back to it for a couple minutes and then I'm going to get meal one in, which is, you know yourself, the bloody usual, lad. And right, meal one, the usual. 200 egg whites, lettuce, spinach, pepper, onion, a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mustard, lad, and then 80 oat, 30 whey, sweet and salty popcorn, 10 peanut butter, 200 gram of frozen fruit then as well. That is the breakfast. And then over here we have the cream of rice, which is kind of like a sloop at the moment. That'll go straight in the microwave now. That'll be cooled down then, because what's better than hot cream of rice? Cold cream of rice pre-workout, lad. Cold cream of rice pre-workout. Again, anyone with the peanut butter, lads, get the drizzler. It's so much easier to like weigh out and just spread across your meals like that. The drizzler from Aldi. It's a lot cheaper than like getting the real one. It's still not the cheapest, but it's a lot cheaper than getting the one from the, whatever the other one is called. Anyway, I'm going to get this down, get back to work, and then it will be time for pre-workout in a couple of hours, and then we'll be in training. Right, we're back. This is the setup. The pre-workout meal, that is going in now. It's a couple hours later, to be fair. And this is the desk setup. Clothes box, laptop goes on top. And actually, lads, the walking pad, the amount of use I've gotten out of this now is crazy. For the money that it was, I've racked over 8,500 steps now today. It is just gone 1 o'clock. Pre-workout meal is going in. Probably be training. So move the walking pad over there. Bring the chair back in. I'll probably be training 2:30. Ideally 2:30 I'll be training. And just get in there, get the job done, then get back out before traffic starts. Depending on how we get on, depending on how quick I get in, have a good morning of the all work ticked off so far, which I'm happy with. It's nice, there's nothing worse than going into the gym or something. If you're training like early, like I do a lot of the time, there's nothing worse than going in there like having shit on your head, thinking, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. Just like get the hardest stuff done early in the day as much as you can, and then just the tidbits in the evening time is perfect. That you can just be there doing as much as you can. But like that, I'll have most of my steps ticked off. The link is always in the description below. Let me pull it up real quick, because it's Black Friday as well, which I want to talk to you about as well, for anyone that might be interested. They did send me out, or send me a message there last week with Black Friday prices. So there is Black Friday 8% off. Instead of the usual 5% off, there's now 8% off the walking pads. So just use the code Black Friday and use my link in the description below. That'll just support me. Just support me and show that like I got it. I got you to buy it, whatever the case may be. It doesn't do much, but it'll give you 8% off a walking pad, and that'll get the price down another nice little chunk, to be fair. So again, that's like the best 100 and something that I've spent in relation to, I suppose, my fitness and keeping my fitness, do you know what I mean? And keeping me on my shit. And anyone can use it. It's nice and small, nice and compact, Very, very handy little yoke. But in regards to Black Friday as well, obviously it's like around the Black Friday time now. I was talking to Dan about it yesterday. I was like, should I do something with Black Friday for coaching, etc., etc.? And I'm thinking in my head of what way to do it. And there will be, for ye exclusively watching on this here now, because ye are the ones that follow on all along, there is a Black Friday deal that I am going doing that does involve the coaching price being cheaper, and also some free months included with the coaching as well, depending on how long you commit to the coaching for. Now, with that being said, because a lot of clients will be watching this video, that's the one thing I hate about people doing deals and sales, is like they neglect their own current clients a lot of the time just to get new fucking people in. That being said, the price that clients are paying right now, that you might be paying right now, is still going to be better than what the new people coming in will be. But the price will just be better than what the price is normally for new people coming in, if you know what I mean. Because when January does come around, the prices will maybe go up a small little bit more again. I also did want to get in to do Pro IQ, and last weekend was just really busy. I didn't realize there'd be a cutoff. I was signed up for like the pre-launch fucking discount kind of shit or whatever to get a couple of euros off, but I came home on Sunday with Dan, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this course now. Yeah, I'm going to just fucking go and get it, because I want to just get deeper and deeper into my education around a lot of this shit. And she was like, yeah, I'll get it for you for Christmas. I was like, no, I'm getting it now. And I went in and it was fucking gone. It was gone. So I have to wait for that to come around now again. But we'll get that when that comes around. Anyway, I'm chatting shit. And get the pre-workout meal in. As I said, click the link in the description below if you do want coaching. Again, part of the deal is that the rest of the year for coaching will be free if you sign up now for coaching. So it won't cost you anything for the rest of November into December if you sign up now. That is one part of it. There is a little bit more incentives to get going. If you want to sign up, let me know that. All right. Scoop and a half of pre-workout, lad. Ready to go gym. I wasn't going to take any pre, but I said I'll fucking take a bit of pre. Even though I'm only leaving the house. It should be well in the system by the time we get in the gym. I said I'd be in the gym at 2:30, but it is now 2:30. I'm just heading out the gap, so we'll be in the gym. Under 30 minutes, hopefully. That's the only thing, it does take a little bit longer. But I stayed there an extra little while to get a few little more things done. It's just the joys of it. You know, something pops up and then you go and do that, and then you go and do that. But we've got just water, and then we've got intra here then as well. And I'm saying it now to hold me accountable, because I'm dressed in the fucking kit as well, boys. As I always say to you, you've got the Nike jacket on. I am going to do a run after pull, because just like I was saying to you earlier, I'm sitting at 97 kilo. I want to be a fit 97 kilo. I want to be a fit 100 kilo. I don't want to be getting heavier and getting unfit at the same time. That's the worst thing you could possibly do. I want to be making sure my heart rate, like my resting heart rate and all that crack, is like staying the same. Blood pressure, as I said to you earlier. Anyway, nice day out. It's cold. I've got the shorts on. I've got the runners on, lad. It's bloody cold out. But the sun is shining and it's not raining, which is always nice. What's the story? We're back. I apologise. I sincerely apologise that I didn't record the session. And I got 10 minutes of running done there at the end. But it's not the being able to keep going, it's the bloody shin splints, man. Like, I just got to 10 minutes. I was just like, hell no. They just get so sore. But I think that's, like, as everyone tells me, it's just a case of just time and just like slowly building up the go of it. So I did, like, whatever you saw there on the phone, I was trying to keep under a 6-minute pace anyway, basically. Steps are now, I think, including the run, obviously, 13,200 for the day. So I'll end up over 15k for the day, which is grand. And then cardio, obviously, this morning. But the pull session itself, very, very nice. Very, very nice. I don't know, man. I just went in and I just attacked a lot of different stuff. Like, I went in there, single arm pull down. All right, this basically explained the session to you. Imagine this, right? Single arm pull down, machine. And then we did T-bar, yeah. Then we did T-bar. Then we did a cable low row. So low row and a cable. And you know what we did it with? You know the skinny V-bars? Skinny V-bar. And it was beautiful. Just like one of those old school V-bars. Like, I feel that so much in my lat. Down at the bottom, in there, just beautiful. And then we did upper back pull down. Just on a normal pull down, lat pull down. And then we did like an upper back row then. Like a pinned upper back row at the end. Also did rear delts at the start. So I did 3 sets of rear delts at the start on the reverse pec deck. Traps, cable, D-handle shrugs at the end. And then reverse or facing out D-handle cable curl. And then just like a straight bar cable curl. Supinated and pronated as well. I've seen people doing them pronated at the moment for like forearms. Man, you feel it in the forearms straight away. So that was session done. I was just like, boom, come on, go again, do another set, do another exercise. You know, when you haven't been in a certain gym for a while and you're like, I'll get on that and I'll see how that feels. Nonetheless, keep it simple, lad. Don't overcomplicate it, because I'll go in there now. I'll go home. I've that session done, right? Ran the muscle off me, of course, as some people would say. I don't think that's the thing. Unless I was doing some serious mileage, I'm still going to be building muscle if I'm doing little runs like that. Do you know what I mean? Like for fellas who are running a lot of kilometers, you would struggle that little bit more. I won't struggle. But with that being said, I go home, I eat my food, I recover, I sleep like a baby. That session there will have built me new muscle. Also, I'll show you what we look like post-workout. Just give you a little look now. Post-workout, this is what we were looking like. Remember, I used to pose in there, lads, a lot of the time, just from the front, if you can see that there. But from the back, obviously we were training back. Rear relaxed, like my relaxed shots, you know, the mandatories. Quarter turns, I should say, maybe. That's the rear relax. Now look, yeah, we do have that little bit of body fat down on the back, but the actual like width of the back itself, come on. Lat spread. See if you can see that. I'm happy with that, man. Back double. I'm very happy with that, to be fair. Like when we strip back, there will be something to show for it. And the most muscular as well. I think just like the density, the overall density of me just taking up more space, like delts and arms even there, I'm happy with. If you see that, I'm happy with that. Like, yeah, I don't have abs, you know, like proper abs poking out and everything, but the waist isn't like fully blown out yet. I don't look like, yeah, there's body fat there, but I don't, you know, like have completely fucked it. Do you know, like I'm making good progress in terms of building muscle. I think personally anyway, I'm having a good time doing it. I'm having fun. That's the most important thing, lad. We're having fun doing it. Make sure you're having fun doing it. The more fun you have, as always for me, it keeps me in it. And as long as I stay in it, we're going to make more progress. Like, I'm excited to see what that looks like when we diet down. Like my head right now, the way I'm thinking of it is keep pushing here now. On my timeline, I'm pushing for another 8 weeks into mid towards the end of January. Like, which isn't a lot of time, and then holding, you know, and pulling back kind of from there. So if I hold for a little bit and then diet and going off, this is where like having previous diets, like my prep last year, comes into play. Going off what I looked like last April, I was kind of happy with the look between April and May. That kind of a look, like it wasn't shredded, but it was lean, and it was a nice full looking lean, not sucked down to the bone, like just peeled, shredded or anything like that, because I don't want to be like that for the summer. I would just like to be lean with a good set of abs and just walking around nicely, fit and comfortable, but still like fully functioning. Do you know what I mean? Like fully functioning with everything and being able to just be a sick bastard. Sicko mode, lad. That's the plan of action anyway. So again, like I don't think I'd even need 12 weeks. Like 12 weeks is a long time to keep pulling down for. Maybe including a little bit of a hold and then pull down. But we're going to have fun with it, of course, because we have a lot of time left. We have a lot of time, and I think we've done a good bit here over the last couple of months as well, and it's just about keeping that up now. That's all it is over these next couple of weeks, and enjoying ourselves. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to get home,
and get the rest of the meals in, of course. Small little bit of work. Herself will be home then, have dinner, few meals, fall asleep on the couch, as always. Woke up on the couch last night, I was like, how long have I been asleep? I felt like I'd been asleep for about 4 hours. I was probably asleep for about an hour. Went to bed, straight out again for the next number of hours. Like, the sleep is one big thing where I'm definitely seeing a lot from at the moment, you know, kind of way. Anyway, I need to get home before the traffic starts to get heavy. Drop the video like, lads. We're back. I'm going to keep the show on the road. Comment down below if there's anything you don't want to see. Send me a message. Click the link in the description if you're looking for coaching with me. You want to work with me. You want to get a walking pad on good sale. You want to get coaching on a good sale as well. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. Show us a little bit of support. And I'll see you fucking whenever the next one is. Raider.